Hey guys, I'm Dr. Aaron Horschig, and today I'm going to give you the official Squat University squat checklist.
Get up and get down, get up and get
All right guys, so let's go through a step-by-step checklist that you should go through every single time you squat for an awesome performance. Step one, very simple. Is the bar in the rack at the right height? Very simple. Too often I see athletes, they'll get the bar set really, really high. What are you gonna have to do? To even unload the bar, you're gonna have to get up on your tiptoes to get the bar off the rack. Now, while you may be able to do that at your start of your set, when you're done squatting a lot of weight, you're dead tired. The last thing you wanna do is walk it back into the rack, get up on your toes to get it back in. In the same way, I don't want you to get the bar set too low. Now, I've had to squat some people before that are a little bit shorter than me, so it's tough sometimes. But you don't want to be squatting real low to get the bar off the rack. For most of us, we want that barbell set at about chest height. What that's going to do is allow you, when you get under the barbell, to pull down, create a lot of tension, and then stand up with the barbell. So first step is going to be, is it at about chest height? Now, obviously, make sure safety, get some collars on the bar. Now, see a number of Olympic weightlifters that have been in the game for a long time. They won't use collars. For you, for most people, put some collars on the barbell. Just be safe. So that's step one, in the bar, or the bar in the rack at the right height. Make sure you're safe, put some collars on. Step two of the checklist, it's now time to get ourselves under the barbell. Now, think about it like this. If you have a powerlifter that's attempting to walk out and squat 900 pounds or even 1,000 pounds, they're not just gonna get under the barbell lackadaisically, walk it out, and then try to get set and squat. They'd clearly be crushed by the weight of the barbell. Instead, they get under the barbell, create a ton of tension, get strong, stand up with the bar, and then walk it out. So whenever we get under a barbell, we want to create a tremendous amount of tension in our upper body and lower body, create that stiffness in our core, and then stand up with the barbell. And I promise you, if you do this correctly, that barbell is gonna feel much lighter on your back, which even psychologically is gonna make you feel a little bit better about the weight you're trying to squat. So this is how you're gonna do it. Get your feet or your arms set in a good position. Now, I don't care if you take an under thumb grip. For most people, they're gonna take a full grip on the barbell. If you want to, and it feels better to do a thumb over the top position, I don't mind that. I've actually experimented with that myself. The big thing is we want to be pulling down on the barbell. Our goal whenever we pull ourselves under the bar is to create a ton of tension. Squeeze the bar down into us, pull your shoulder blades together. From the back view, we're here, we're pulling down on the barbell and squeezing your shoulder blades together. That's gonna create a nice shelf on your upper back. We don't wanna shrug up on the barbell. So it's down and in. That's what's going to create a tremendous amount of tension for that barbell to sit on top of, create that nice muscular shelf. So from here, we're getting under the barbell. Now I'm demonstrating high bar squat, but the same goes for low bar squat. You're just creating a little bit of a different position for that bar. Low bar, obviously, it's going to sit a couple inches lower across your shoulder blades. But we're here, feet not staggered, in a normal squat position, okay? We don't want to be taking the barbell out of the rack like this. That's not very stable, especially with heavy weight. So we're in our good position. If you watch my arms, I'm pulling down on the barbell, creating a ton of tension, brace my core, big breath, stand up. Now this barbell feels much lighter on my back because I did that. Now we're taking a couple steps back. 1, 2, set my feet. Step 3, what am I doing with my feet? Do I have one foot pointing out to the side? Do I have my feet excessively turned out? Now for most people, we're gonna want those feet slightly turned out to the side when we're barbell squatting. That's gonna allow us to open our body up to as much of that depth as possible and keep our joints in alignment. If you are completely straight forward, a lot of times you're gonna run out of mobility. So for most people, a slight 8 to 10 degree toe out angle. That's not a lot of toe out. I don't want to see most people with their toes turned out like this. Now there's a few exceptions to the rule, but for most people, slight toe out, and we're symmetrical. Now from here, we're creating external rotation torque. Watch my knees. I drove my knees out to the side slightly. Watch it one more time. From here, out. My toes are grabbing the ground. My foot just moved into an arch. My knees, because they drove out to the side, but my feet still grabbing the ground, my hips are now turned on like crazy. My lateral glutes, almost like springs being loaded. They're ready to go. From here, we start the squat by taking a big breath, breathing, and then squat. Back up. Okay, now let's go through that checklist one more time. So again, we're set at about shoulder or chest height. We're getting our hands in a good position. We're going to pull ourselves under the bar. We're going to be squeezing down, creating tremendous tension in our upper body and lower body. Brace your core like someone's about to jack you in the stomach. Then stand up with the barbell. Take a few steps back. Don't take 5 steps back. Take only a few. Establish your good foot position. Your feet are grabbing the ground. Slight toe out position. Don't turn your toes out really far. Then from there, we're creating external rotation torque. Our feet are grabbing the ground. They're not going anywhere. Drive those knees out to the side slightly. Wind up that tension in your lateral glutes. Now from here, take that big breath. Where do we take the breath? You'll see some people that get under the barbell and they'll do this. They're chest breathers. That's not really working to improve your intra-abdominal cavity pressure like it could. So think about it like this. You're gonna breathe into your gut, fill the tank. You're going to take a big breath into your stomach. Watch my hands expand. I didn't arch my back still stay flat, but what we're doing is we're filling the tank. We're pushing our air into our stomach, and that's increasing intra-abdominal cavity volume, which then when we brace over the top, like someone's about to come up and punch us in the gut, is gonna increase intra-abdominal cavity pressure, IAP. That's going to stabilize our spine like crazy. Then you start your squat. So here's all the different steps all the way through. Hands here, under the barbell, good stance, squeezing down, tremendous tension. Couple steps, set my feet in that good position, breathe. One more time. And then back into the rack. Make sure it clicks, feet are not staggered, all the way down, then we're out. All right, the last thing to the checklist is to make sure that you're lifting in balance. Now, a lot of times when we're thinking about the squat, we're thinking about all those different cues, and we're not thinking whether or not our body is in perfect balance. An athlete that's off balance is not going to be able to produce as efficient force and power into their lift as possible, so your performance is going to suffer. Now, here's the way to figure that out, whether or not you're in balance. You view the squat from the direct side angle. And if you're in balance, that barbell is going to track directly over the middle of your foot. Now, we're going to show a couple examples right here. I'll show you what a good balanced squat looks like, and then I'll also show you some of the common mistakes people do. So I'm going to get the barbell out. And again, same cues as before. Breathe, brace, and then squat. Now, some people will get down well and they'll do this. They just shifted that barbell all the way to the front. Or they'll take too big of a hinge, and that barbell is going to go right towards their toes. So the amount of hinge that you take at the start of your squat is going to depend on your anatomy and the type of squat you're doing. If you take too big of a hinge and push your hips back too far, that chest falls forward. If you don't hinge at all, you just drive those knees forward, that barbell shifts towards your toes. So the amount of hinge that you take at the start is going to depend on your anatomy, how long your femur is compared to your torso, and whether or not you're having a very good upright front squat or a more inclined chest with a low bar back squat. But you are in balance if the barbell resides and tracks over the middle of your foot. So there you go, that's the official Squat University squat checklist. And if you use that every single time you squat, you're gonna have that much better movement quality and that much better potential to hit that next PR. Hope you guys liked today's video. If you did, please subscribe to my channel, like the video, and share it with your friends. If there's something you wanna learn about next week, just let me know in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for checking out today's video. Until next week, guys, happy squatting.